Hi everybody, this is Richard from North Texas Ball Cards, and I know it's been a while. Yeah, well, we know. Anyway, how about we get started with the January box from RetroWax Cards. This comes from Mr. Slater. I can't remember his first name right off the top. Jared, I think. Jared Slater's company. I'll put a link to it in the description. And it does come with an itinerary and some lovely packing peanuts. This is Jared Slater. Wow, I guessed right. And this box has 84 tops, 87 Fleer, 87 Donruss, 87 tops, 89 Donruss, 89 Bowman, 89 Fleer, 93 tops, and additional packs from 82 to 94. So let's see what kind of goodies we got today. See if I can not spill the packing peanuts all over creation. Looks like there's a hanger pack in here. All right, let's see what we've got. We've got some 91 Score, 88 Donruss, 91 Fleer, 89 Score, 89 tops, 94 Donruss, 90 Upper Deck. I don't mind that one. Let's kind of get stuff in the middle here. 94 Fleer, 93 Studio, and 94 Fleer Ultra. That's the first stack of it. Here, what else we got? We've got some 92 Donruss, 92 Leaf, 88 Fleer, 90 Fleer, and a hanger pack of 90 Donruss, I think. Yeah, 90 Donruss. Maybe we'll get that another one of those errors for, what's his name? Tom Glavine's picture with John Smoltz's name on the card. That's always one I've liked getting in here. We got some 93 tops, 91 Donruss, if I'm not mistaken. 87 Donruss. Oh, and there's the channel favorite, 89 Fleer. We know which one will be last. 87 Fleer, 84 tops, and Donruss, that's 89s. 89 Bowman, which I don't mind. They're kind of nice. And 87 tops. So, we got a bunch of goodies to, let me get moved up here closer to the screen. All right, we already know what'll be last, so we'll put them off to the side. Let me kind of straighten up my mess real quick so I can keep organized and keep the wife off of me for making a mess. All right, how about, let's start with the Fleer, with the 90 Fleer cello packs. I'm on spring break. I know that I said this is the January pack, but it's March and I'm on spring break. So I decided to shoot some videos. So hopefully we'll get caught up today while I'm thinking about it. Don Gladden starts us off. Ozzie Smith. Mike Sasky. Checklist. Raphael Belliard. Brian Hallman. Tom Bernansky, Lee Smith, Don Paul, Jeff Reed, Wallace Johnson, Jeffrey Leonard, a veritable fortune in a card, Jose Uribe. For some reason, his cards on eBay seem to go for hellacious amounts of money, and I can't understand why. Kent Merker, Hall of Famer Eddie Murray, Larry Sheets, and a sticker, the Royals. Another sticker, Indians, Tigers, Royals, and Brewers. And another sticker, another card for the Braves. I don't care for any of those. So, Jim Presley, Robbie Thompson. There's another Sean Hallman. Mike Scioscia. Steve Finley. Terry Poole. Back before I discovered the Rangers, I was a fan in my early formative years of the Astros. There's a McGuire one. That's not too terrible. Speaking of Tom Glavine, John Smoltz, there's Tom Glavine. Hensley Mullins, Greg Hibbard, Steve Buechele, Jeff Treadway. We're looking for the 89 Fleer one of Jeff with a crosshair on his above his cap. That's one of those error cards that should have been caught by production but wasn't. Dan Pasqua, Dan Quisenberry, Rod Nichols, and Daryl Strawberry. Not bad, not bad. And cards are, one, got a ding on the Daryl Strawberry. But hey, it's been packaged up for 35 years, 40 years or so. Let's see, this is 26, so 36 years it's been packaged up. So I guess there should be a little bit of damage to it. How about some 87 Topps? And gum didn't do any damage. Hallelujah. Put the gum over there. Let's get everything in order. Get the propaganda piece out. All right. Tony Bernazard. Okay. That's an odd one. Bruce Sutter. Jeff Russell, the Rangers. I'll have to put that one aside because I'm sort of working on my Rangers collection right now. Mike Heath. Tracy Jones, Shane Raleigh, Ed Nunez, Domingo Ramos, Rafael Ramirez, Andre Dawson, Marty Barrett, Steve Farovid, never heard of him, Alex Trevino, John Candelaria, Bill Gullickson, Hubie Brooks, I have heard of him, and Hall of Famer Mike Schmidt. A couple of good ones in there that I might hang on to. Like I said, since I'm off for spring break the rest of this week, it is now Thursday, the 19th, if I'm not mistaken. I've still got a couple more today and tomorrow of my spring break. So I've been working on my card collection, getting my PC in order, and just trying to get ahead on some of it for a change. I've decided to focus myself on some of the tasks that nobody likes doing, but we all have to do. And let's see, what am I doing here? I'm doing 88 Fleer, and there's our Braves and Tigers sticker. Doyle Alexander starting us off. Rupert Jones, Greg Harris, Jeff Leonard, Storm Davis, Shane Mack, Kevin Romine, Wally Backman, Wayne Tollison, Doug Sisk, Dan Schetznader, Greg Gross, Mel Hall, Tracy Jones, and All-Stars Kirby Puckett and Matt Noakes. That pack away. And how about, let's see, how about some Leaf? How about we do some 91 Leaf? I think it's 92 Leaf, I'm sorry. Those of you that are still with me, and I appreciate all of you still being here with me. I need to get better about my content, and we're definitely going to be working on that here. Now that we're hopefully going to get caught up. Okay, 92 Leaf. We're looking at Jeff Russell, Luis Sojo, a leaf gold, I guess. Todd Stottlemyre, Kenny Rogers with my Texas Rangers, John Burkett, Kevin Mitchell, Dwayne Ward, Gary Gaetti, Charlie Librant, Julio Franco with your Texas Rangers, Greg Harris, Doug Jones, Tim Teufel, Carlos Berga, and Mark Leiter, the uncle of Rangers pitcher Jack Leiter and brother of Al Leiter. I watched the Rangers play a spring training game on television last night. I think it was 8-2 when I finally had to switch over to the news. It looks very promising season, but we all know spring training games count for squat. So there is that. Onward and upward. 91 Fleer. How's your team looking this year? Tell me in the comments. Let me know if there's anybody you're excited about. All right, this is 91 Fleer, and there's our White Sox sticker that nobody cares about. Darren Dalton, Craig Biggio, Sean Abner, Chuck Carey, Rick Aguilera, Chuck Krim, John Burkett, Tim McIntosh, Brian McRae, the Hall of Famer George Barrett, Hall of Famer Alan Trammell, Scott Radinsky, Kirk McGaskill, and Gene Nelson. Boy, these mustard yellow ones. Boy, that was a conscious decision, wasn't it? Somebody actually multiple people had to look at that and say, yeah, let's go with that. That's a good design. Yeah. That's the kind of people you want to catch in a dark alley one night. Say, what the hell were you thinking? How about, let's see, what do we got here? How about some Donruss? We haven't done any Donruss yet. These are 89s. 89 Donruss. And there's our puzzle piece that also nobody cares about. And we're going to start off with Neil Allen, Corey Snyder, Stan Javier, Mark Kubica. There's Steve Bichelle again. Boy, desperately needs a haircut. Eric Hansen, Mitch Williams with my Texas Rangers, Hubie Brooks again, Dave Stewart, Bo Jackson, Scott Bales, John Tudor, Don Slott, and Marty Barrett. Marty Barrett. Yes, I mentioned earlier I'm on spring break. That's because I work for a college in Dallas. So I get times like that off. Spring break. I get a whole week paid. And I'm not going to say I won't miss it when I'm retiring. Probably in another couple of years. But then I'll have spring break every day. But 84 Fleer, that's 84 Tops is next. Yeah, I'm finally getting to the point where retirement is right around the corner. I've got 2 more years left till the house and my truck are both paid off. And then I plan to call it a career. There's our propaganda piece. All right, 84 Tops. Yeah, that's what I said. 84 Tops. Let's look for some Rangers. Dale Berra, Phil Garner, Jorge Bell, Donnie Moore, Dickie Thon. There's a Ranger, Larry Parrish. We'll put him to the side. Rich Gossage, Goose. Paul Householder, Bucky Dent, the manager of the Angels at the time, John McNamara, Gary Lucas, Mario Soto, Hall of Famer, if I'm not mistaken, Bud Anderson, Steve Rogers, Captain America, and Jim Dwyer with the Orioles. Keep that Rangers one aside because I'm working on my inventory spreadsheet and my trading card database collection. So I'll go ahead and put that in a sleeve and a top loader and file it away for posterity. All right, how about 94 Fleer Ultra? Feels kind of bricky. Get it open. What did I do with my knife? I had my knife just a minute ago when I cut this box up. All right, where did my knife go? Let's use these scissors. And as soon as I do that, that's when I'll find my knife. Okay, here we go. Oh yeah, bricky, bricky, bricky. That's the whole thing. And Brett Boone. That's our first one. Let's see if I can get these apart without damaging. Oh, not too bad. Jorge Rio. Bip Roberts. There's one off the back. Who we got here? James Mouton. This one's going to take a while. Dave Sutton. Rookie. Rick Aguilera. These things want to slide all over, don't they? There's another one off the back. Ray Durham. Matt Noakes. We just saw him earlier. Craig Grebeck. Mike Gallego. Oh, I got two of them stuck together. Here we are. Shane Mack and Todd Stottlemyre. The last two cards, Roger Salkeld, can't say as I've ever heard of him, and Charlie Hayes with the Rockies. Okay, well, those weren't bricked up too bad. They were kind of crunchy, we'll say, but they weren't bad. Okay, and how about more potential brick? How about some 92 Donruss? At least, there we are. Yeah, I just saw my knife sitting over to my left taunting me. And puzzle piece that nobody cares about. Let's see if I can separate it from this card. All right, how about Gary Sheffield, Ed Sprague, Joe Klink, Randy Reddy, Dave Righetti, Jose Rijo, Vince Coleman, Will Clark, Reggie Jefferson, Rick Honeycutt, Matt Marullo, Alex Fernandez, John Franco, Mike Felder, and Greg Hibbard finishes this pack. A couple of them in there, they're interesting. We'll see. I'd order some more 3,000 count boxes because I ran out. So I want to start trying to get stuff organized. My shelf with my PC is starting to take shape. I've got 4 3,000 count boxes marked and loaded. Let's see if I can move some stuff around without kicking everything over. Yeah, it's inventory's starting to get caught up. Starting to, as I add more. 88 tops. Ooh, this has got wax. I can already see wax stain on this one. And a little bit of gum damage. A little bit of wax there. I'll take care of that. Okay, let's find our propaganda piece. Get that out of the way. And we'll put the gum stain so it's not interfering with anything. And Mark Rial, Mike Trujillo, Julio Franco, John Moses, Terry Francona. I think he's managing the Reds now, I think. Benny Santiago, Rich Gedman, Tim Conroy, Matt Young, Steve Lombardozzi, Willie Hernandez, Tom Kelly, Johnny Ray, Hall of Famer Tim Raines, and Mel Hall. Not a single Ranger among them. Man, can't catch a break. Where was that? Was that the gum stain? Yeah, there's the wax stain one. Sorry, Mel, you have to be on the bottom so we don't screw up anybody else. And that was the heart of the junk wax era. How about we do some score? Some 91 score. Wrapped in a garbage bag. Let's get my knife open. Pretty dull. I need to sharpen it. But... put the knife up there. Alrighty. How about Francisco Cabrera, Bill Sampson, Jim Leyritz, John Burkett, the Rifleman, Bo Jackson. I might keep that one. Eric Plunk, Tony Fernandez, Jeff Manto, the late Ivan Calderon, Steve Bushell, Mike Hartley, Teddy Higuera, a World Series trivia card. Ooh, let's not cause an earthquake. And everything settled down. Mike Fitzgerald, George Bell, Hall of Famer Kirby Puckett, and Jeff Robinson. Sorry if the camera jiggles a little bit. I've got it on a mount up against my table, and I need to mount it to something else. I got to find some way of mounting it where it doesn't move, where it's independent of me rocking the table. But I haven't got around to that yet. So, okay, how about Studio 93 Studio? And it's another cellophane pack. Mylar pack, actually, not cellophane. Ooh, bricked. Very, very badly bricked. Oh, man. There's a checklist. Put it right there. Mike Pagliarula. No, that's two. There's two of them stuck together. Ooh. There's Mike Pagliarula. And that's Mickey somebody. Mickey Morandini. I can see these are going to be hard ones for my old eyes to read. Jeff Bagwell with some damage. Oh, there's two of them again. Jose Canseco with the Rangers. Okay. Might have to hang on to that one. Andy Bennis. Paul Sorrento. Ramon Martinez. Another one, paper damage. Mitch Williams. Oh, breaking my heart. Darryl Strawberry. Oh, yeah. Bad paper damage there. And Doc Gooden, also with some paper damage. Figures. And another ending with a checklist. Dang it. Oh, well, that's the Leaf Heritage Series. Major League Studio. Premium quality baseball cards by Leaf. Yeah, well, they'd have been might have been studio quality back when they came out, but not so much anymore. Okay, back to the junk wax era. 87 Fleer. And there's our sticker, the engines. Jimmy Key. Tom Niedenfeuer. George Bell. Bob Welch. Dickie Thon. Danny Heap. Craig Reynolds. Brian Downing. Vince Coleman. Bo Jackson. Apparently it's going to be a Bo Jackson day. Manny Trio. Nick Asaski, Bruce Ruffin, Daddy, Ken Griffey Sr., ODB McDowell, Dennis Oil Can Boyd, and Jim Rice, the late great Jim Rice. Also in the Hall of Fame, if I'm not mistaken. And there's a good chance that I am. So if he isn't, then he probably should be. Oh, all right. Well, let's see, what next? How about we do the cello pack? 90 $90 cello pack. Hopefully there'll be something good in here. Let's see if I can get this opened up without slicing my hand open. There's 3 puzzle pieces. There's 1. There's 2. And we're never going to get them back in that cello pack anyway. And there's the 3rd. Let's take all the puzzle pieces, since nobody cares about them anyway. Put them aside. I say that. I say nobody cares about them. If you do, if that's what makes you happy, if that's what you like about the hobby, then awesome. Then go for it. Reach out to me in the comments. Let me know, and I'll start saving some of these for anybody that wants them. Kurt Schilling is going to get us started. Todd Worrell. Mookie Wilson. John Cangelosi, the Big Cat, Andre Scalaraga. Ooh, there's one of those MVP cards. Checklist. Eric Davis, Jeff Reed, Alejandro Pena, Lenny Harris, Al Newman, Glenn Allen Hill, Diamond Kings Dave Stewart, Joe McGrain. There's a Mark McGuire All-Star card. And Tony Armas. That's pack number 1. Pack number 2 of the hanger pack. Tim Belcher. Gary Gaetti, Tom Foley, Ed Whitson, Tom Bernansky, Scott Bradley, Rick Royschel, Luis Aquino, Mauro Goza. Yeah, Mauro Goza. Okay. Gozo. Tom Browning, Willie Randolph. Sorry, trying to get my camera still. Ron Robinson, Kevin Seitzer, Rick Sutcliffe, late great Ryan Sandberg, and Will Clark. 2 packs down. Wish we'd get another one of those MVP cards. Get another Tom Glavine, Mike Smithson, Lee Mazzilli, Glenn Davis. There's another Mark McGuire, his regular card. Gary Pettis, who's now, I think, with the Braves organization, I think. Lenny Dykstra, Gene Larkin, Eric Show, Tony Phillips. Is that Tony Phillips? Yes, it is Tony Phillips. Jose Oquendo, Kenny Rogers. There's Luis's daddy, Pip. Scott Bales, John Moses. Oh, there we are. Tony Gwynn, the legend. We'll hang on to that one. And Felix Fermin completes the pack. And the hanger, bag, box, whatever you want to call it. Put those guys down there. Oh, let me stretch my leg out. I'm getting old. Oh, Lord, yes. All right, how about some 94 Fleer? It's a whole new ball game. Yeah. And let's see, these don't feel bricky at all. Excellent. Okay. Oh, here's another one that's gonna be hard to read. Goose Gossage. How about we turn them over and read the names? Jose Valentin, Gene Larkin, Frank Viola, I can't read that one. Russ Davis, Jack Morris, John Doherty, and Darren Oliver, Major League Prospects, 94. Wow. Oh, all right, let's turn these around. And Otis Nixon, Dante Bichette, Bo's daddy, Trevor Wilson. And who are you? You are Tom Browning, Jose Oquendo. Sorry, I'm having to turn these so I can get the font where I can read it. Henry Cotto and Mel Rojas. Rojas. Mel Rojas. There we go. There are a couple of good ones in that too. Okay, well. Jared, if you're watching, I'm digging the box. This one came out pretty good. All right, we have 8 packs left, counting our 89 Fleer. So how about we stick with 89 and go 89 tops. And a little bit of, that looks like gum. The gum was on the other side. What are you trying to do there, Jared? Propaganda piece. I guess that's wax, it's not gum. Okay. And what I say these are 89 tops. 89 tops. Wayne Tollison, Frank Williams, Rick Muller, Mike Lavalier, Charlie O'Brien, Fred Manrique, Jose Bautista, John Candelaria, The Eck, Dennis Eckersley, Jay Booner, Cecil Espy with the Rangers. We'll put him aside because we'll put him in the inventory. Spike Owen, Bill Swift, there's Jose Rijo, and Al Padrique. Padrique? Let's go with Padrique. Okay, I gotta look and see how many I'm starting. I have to go get some top loaders today because I'm completely out. I've got a crap ton of penny sleeves, but I'm all out of top loaders. My Walmart carries top loaders, and they're good. They're not. What's the brand that everybody likes? I can't think of what the name of it is now, but I don't have any of those. I have to. It's cheaper for me to get the ones from Walmart, which is what I'll do. All right, how about 94 Donruss Triple Play? I did get some one-touches, some of the magnetic things, and the first thing I put in there was my favorite card, Billy Ripken Error, we'll call it. Ooh, these are bricked, badly bricked. 94 Donruss was not a good year. Williams, let's see what Williams. Oh yeah, these are messed up. Bernie Williams. Well, came apart okay. Bernie Williams. Oh, you hear that? Oh, there's another Williams, not Bernie. Matt Williams, his brother. Ooh. Wallach. Tim Wallach. Oh, these real glossy ones. Oh, they did not age well. Good thing is, doesn't seem to be any damage to them. Well, there we go. And who are you? You are somebody. Derek May. Mark Newfield. Randy Myers. Flipping them around off camera so I can read them. Ray Langford. Sanders. Ooh, I got a Deion Sanders. Yeah, Deion Sanders. Not bad. Ooh. Archie Gianfranco. Never heard of him. Probably a reason. Ooh. Drayback. That's going to be Doug Drayback. I do remember him. All right, two more. Let's see if I can get them separated. Girardi. Yeah, well, there we go. Joe Girardi. I'm surprised there's no, and Joe Oliver. I'm really surprised there was no paper damage, no ink came off any of these. Well, that's good. That's all right. Those there, and let's get back to some more Donruss. I think these are 87s. There's our puzzle piece. Dwayne Murphy, Mickey Hatcher. Watching my camera. Steve Lake, Randy Myers, Ken Oberkfell, Jose De Leon, Mark Langston. Tony Gwynn. There's another Tony Gwynn. Mike Marshall, Nick Asaski. We've seen him a few times. Steve Sachs, Mike Diaz, Greg Pryor, Jeff Huron, Is that an error? No, I guess not. And Jerry Narin. I wonder about that. I was thinking that was Jeff Reardon. And thinking maybe that was an error card, but it probably wasn't. Okay, 5 packs to go. How about we do some more score? How about 89 score? I know it's been a while since I've been around. I just only got so many hours in a day, so hope everybody's doing well, and thank y'all for sticking by me. I do appreciate it. Like I said, we're going to get caught up today. We'll be through, at least for this year. I've got November and December's boxes, but I've already ripped those, and so we'll just move on. 2026 is going to be a good year for us. Glenn Hubbard, Andy McGaffigan, Dan Petrie, Andy Hawkins, trivia card, put that to the side, Sean Dunstan, Jack Morris, Juan Samuel, Dwayne Ward, Ray Quinones, Rafael Belliard, Kevin Romine, haven't seen him in a while, Carlton Fisk, definitely haven't seen him much, Otis Nixon, Dennis Rasmussen, Jeff Musselman, and Paul Gibson. Since I'm shooting these today, I'm going to have to at least get 1 or 2 of them uploaded. So hopefully if you're watching it, and that means I did everything I was needed to do before the wife got home. She's at work today. She doesn't get spring break. All right, 4 packs left, counting our 89. So what do y'all think? Which one? How about we do tops? We'll save these 2 for a minute. Wow, cello wrap tops. Eesh, that backpack just disintegrated. All right, got everybody arranged. Todd Hundley, Larry Walker, Gary Carter, Hall of Famer, Bernard Gilkey, Big Cat again, Andre Scalaraga, John Dobson, Ben McDonald, Joe Gray, let's go with Gray, Mike Gallego, Jeff Hewson with my Texas Rangers, Roberto Hernandez, Derek Lilliquist, Kevin Kozlowski, Todd Burns, another Ranger, and Chris Sabo. All right, I need to put the Rangers cards aside. In fact, let me do that before I'm thinking. There's the Ranger, and where's the other Ranger? There's Jeff Hewson, there's those 2. And I'm going to go to Wally World in a little while anyway, so I might as well stop and also have, in addition to the boxes, I've got 6 hanger packs of 2026. I need to get those open before the season starts so I can see if there's any of those home run, pick the date home run things in it. Okay, 89 Bowman. I kind of like the 89 Bowmans. I don't really collect them. And there's the gum. Left a little bit of residue, but nothing terrible. And there's our propaganda piece. Where's our gum? We'll put the gum on the bottom. Oh, that's right. These are, got the name Darrell Evans. Paul Molitor, Hall of Famer. I might have to hang on to that one. Jose Oquendo, Jim Rice, I can't read that one. Brooke Jacoby, Andy McGaffigan, yeah. Melito Perez, I thought that's who that was. And Tracy Jones, Kirby Puckett, man who needs no introduction. Larry McWilliams. Who are you? Tom Fisher. And Donnell Nixon, if I'm reading correctly. There we go. I kind of like these, the Bowman. The 89 Bowmans were all right. And those of y'all who are still been around for a while, and I don't really care for the chromes and the refractor this and refractor that. I mean, I think there's too much of that. 25 different inserts and parallels, and that's just not my thing. I'd rather have just a clean look to a card with a readable font, and I don't need all the fancy other crap that's on there. All right, and let's see. I guess I should tell you what this is. This is 90 Upper Deck. Maybe we'll find one of those Tom Sellecks that I've already got in my collection. Carlton Fisk, Mike McFarland, Dickie Thon, Darren Jackson, Raphael Belliard, Mike Scioscia, Andy McGaffigan. See, I can read upside down. Frank Tanana, and our sticker is the Phillies. Bo Diaz again. Gerald Young, John Franco, Jason Grimsley, Jerry Royce, and finishing the pack, Mackie Sasser. Upper Deck, the tinfoil packs aren't so bad, but the cellophane ones just suck. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, kids of all ages, 89 Fleer, my personal favorite. And we're going to be looking for the Billy Ripken cards. We're going to be looking for, what's his name? Randy Johnson. And also the Jeff Treadway. Our sticker is the Mariners. Edgar Martinez leads us off. Tony Pena. Ellis Burks. Ivan Calderon. Tim Bursis. Brian Hallman. Scott Bradley. Ernie Riles. Eric King, Mike Marshall, Terry Kennedy, Glenn Davis, the late great Dave Parker, Jack Clark, and Tommy John, the guy who had a surgery named after him. I actually think he developed it, but that's neither here nor there. Well, that's the January box from RetroWax cards from Jared Slater's cards. I'll put a link in the description. So go check it out. Go to his site and sign up. He's also got all the major sports. I think he's got NASCAR and a couple other things, and modern and vintage cards. And they look pretty cool. Well, I'm thinking about our friend Billy Ripken. Here's the three that I have. There's the one we saw in the One Touch. That's the original, unedited. Here's the black box. And here's the black scribble. So we've got three. I need the white box and the white scribble. And then I will have all five. And there will be much rejoicing when that happens. So I'm just not going to buy them off eBay. So I can't really afford them. Thanks for watching, everybody. I do appreciate it. That was the January box. Hopefully I'll be shooting the February one here in just a few minutes. And I'll have them all posted here in the very near future. Thanks again for watching. Those of y'all that have hung with me all this time, I do appreciate it. And thank you for your time. This is Richard of North Texas Ball Cards. Y'all have a good day. Thanks.